Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. So today we are going to talk about SPM Paper 1 Part 3. My name is Nazrin and without further ado, let's get into it. So before we start, these are the learning objectives for this presentation. By the end of this presentation, pupils should be able to: number 1, understand that Paper 1 consists of 5 parts. Number 2, understand and comprehend each paragraph in the text given. Number 3, understand that the first 3 or 4 questions are based on the paragraphs. And number 4, answer questions on the given multiple choice answering sheet. With that being said, I hope that after this presentation, you will be able to answer Paper 1 Part 3 easily. Okay, next, we have the learning outcomes.
Hold on! Where can I present?
Oh, sorry. Everyone, meet Professor Higgins from Hogwarts. He will be joining us in this presentation and answer the questions that you may have in your minds. Please proceed, Professor.
Hello everyone, I'm Professor Higgins and I'm going to tell you the learning outcomes. The first one. Students are able to understand the format of Paper 1 and marks allocated for each question. Number 2, understand the use of paragraphing in order to comprehend the text. Number 3, understand that the first 3 or 4 questions are based on the paragraph mentioned. Number 4, transfer the answers carefully onto the answering sheet given on the last page of the question paper.
Okay, thank you, Professor. Shall we proceed to the next slide?
Well, of course.
Okay then, let's go. Next, we have Introduction to Paper 1. Professor, please tell us what we are going to focus on.
Yes, thank you. For Paper 1, there are a few parts that you need to know. Okay. Introduction to Paper 1. Paper 1 consists of 5 parts. Part number 1, 8 marks. Part 2, 10 marks. Part 3, 8 marks. Part 4, 8 marks. And Part 5, 8 marks. And it will bring to a total of 40 marks. And today we are only going to focus on Part 3, which contains 8 marks.
Professor, what about the other parts?
I'm only paid for Part 3. If you want more, then pay me more, and I'll explain.
Let's proceed.
We changed positions. How do you do that?
You're not the only one who knows magic, Professor. Next, we have an example of a factual text. As you can see here.
Hello! Why didn't you invite me?
Oi! Alma! You are just here in time to learn about this factual text.
I know this one. Can I present?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay. For this part, before you do anything, you divide the text into paragraph like this. Easier for you because after this, when you want to answer question, you will know what paragraph really. You can see here paragraph 1, 2, 3 until 4,000 paragraph. You divide first. After that, you read text and try to understand what the text about. No use you divide, they don't understand. Correct, bro.
Oh, that's true. Dividing the text into paragraphs will really help you. You can also read the text just to get an idea of what the text is talking about.
Hey, Nazrin. Who this prof again?
I'll tell you after this next slide.
Oh yo, we change position again.
Will you stop doing that? You're making me dizzy.
Sorry, I'll do it again after this. Now, we have an example of questions from the factual text. Professor, Care to present?
Alright, learners, as you can see here, these are an example of questions from the previous factual text. If you look closely, you can see questions 1 until question 4 are based on the text. Question 5 until questions 8 are based on your thinking skills, or as I like to call it, HOTS. Questions 1 to 4 are very easy because the answers are in the text. You just need to find the right keyword and abracadabra! The answers will come to you. For questions 5 until questions 8, you need to think outside the box. You will need to understand the text in order for you to answer these questions easily. It may be a bit hard, but it is very possible for you to find the right answer.
He talking sound like lullaby.
I know, right? Moving on.
Alba! Alba!
Yeah, what up? Oh,
Camera's on!
sorry. Moving on to fictional text. It is quite the same as factual, but fictional texts are usually about stories. If you apply the same methods like we have mentioned in the previous slides, you should do fine. However, if you find yourself stuck in a question, remember, take a deep breath and look for the keywords again. Reading questions like this are easier once you know where to look for the keywords. So if I still can't find the keyword, what should I do? It is best for you to try and understand what the question wants. You may be confused with what the question is asking and the answers that you are looking for.
That is true, but if I may add, if you are still stuck, move on to other questions, and once you have finished, come back to the questions again.
Spot on, Professor. Let's see what we have next.
Oh, I can pass out if you continue like this.
We have an example question from the fictional text. What do you see here, Alba? I can see the question are quite same like last one. Question 1 to question 4 based on paragraph other spots. Yes, very good. Let's move on. Professor, can you tell us what this is?
Yes, of course. Dear learners, this is an example of an answering sheet. You must answer here to get the marks that you want.
But Prof, if I answer at the question, same, right?
It is not the same. You must answer in the answering sheet. Students will usually make this mistake, and this leads to deduction of marks. Please remember not to make this mistake, or it will cost you your precious marks.
Do we use pencil or pen for this part?
A pencil will work best for that.
Yes. Alright then, let's move on to the final slide. Now, we are at our final slide where Professor Higgins will tell us the tips for answering paper 1, part 3 questions. The floor is yours, Professor.
Thank you. And now I will read the tips for answering a question like this. Now, the first tip is try to understand the passage. This is very important since you are answering the questions regarding to the text or to the passage. Number 2, utilize your strengths. If you are strong in your vocabulary, then it should not be a problem for you. The next one will be managing the time given. There will be no use in spend so much time on one question and you don't have time to answer the other questions. So time management is really important here. Next one will be practice more. This is really common. You can practice with these kind of questions and you can get these kind of questions online. When you Google these kind of questions, you will find so much online. Next is upgrade your vocabulary. Now, having a wide range of vocabulary will certainly help you in so many ways. So I would suggest pick up that book and start reading. Next one will be try to have a good reading speed. Now this will help you save time and understand passages more quickly. And the last one will be try not to be flustered. Now this is important because you have to keep your calm and you're cool so that you will answer questions even better. Yeah, that's the word. Better.
Yes. Thank you, Prof, for sharing the tip. I feel more confident now.
What are you talking about? You're not a school student.
Now, don't fight. We are at the end of the presentation. Hope you enjoyed our video and we hope that we achieve our objectives for today. Thank you for watching.
Bye.
See you. Bye.
Bye-bye.